Hey everybody, and welcome to a short park overview video. So what you're seeing here is my recreation of Boomerang at a park called Energylandia in Poland. Now this was actually used as my entry for the DKMP mini contest, which was, I think it was round 21, and everyone had to build a shuttle coaster. Shuttle coaster is pretty straightforward. It's either a powered launch or a reverse incline launch. As for the contest itself, I'll put a link in the description below, which has a basically Deurklink going through all the contest entries and revealing the final scores. But yeah, sadly I didn't get to do the full build recording like I would have liked to, just because I left it till kind of last minute. Honestly though, it was kind of relaxing not having to worry about doing the recording as I was building. Just found it somewhat less stressful, so it was kind of nice just taking my time and seeing what I could put together. Anyway, so this coaster, this Boomerang here, it's actually part of it's by the manufacturer Vekoma. It's part of a series called Vekoma Family Boomerangs, I believe. The track's kind of interesting. So going by point of view videos that I was watching, it's definitely kind of a mix of track types going on. Like the station platform and the lift hill are definitely more reminiscent of like the junior coaster or the mini coaster in RCT2. But then the main section around the turns and up the spike, it's definitely more similar to the Schwarzkopf looping coaster. So that's kind of why you see a mix of the track types there. I wanted to try and replicate that as best as I could. The station platform and the station building took ages. Like I think I spent like an hour or two on that at least. It was just so tricky working out like what sort of all pieces to use. Like I tried my best to replicate what the building actually looked like. I used the majority of the pieces I used were from like the I think they were the European set or the Dark Ages theming set actually. And yeah, I think they did a pretty good job of capturing some of the kind of more Tudor looking style building. The only problem is with those pieces is they glitch like crazy. Like it's they're not actually too bad at the moment. You can see something going on here. It's just like it looks really weird. You kind of have to play around in the tile inspector and adjust the order at which the pieces are shown. That yeah, but even then, I still couldn't get it perfectly right. I also spent a fair bit of time on the turnaround here after the station, so I kind of used some monorail track to replicate the kind of the cobblestone or the not cobblestone, the kind of gravel garden bed or something that the support sat in. I think that looked pretty good. I didn't think I'd be able to do something like that, but the monorail track actually worked out really well. And as you can see, I use the monorail track like in other pieces of the park, just to make some more natural looking garden beds and just a more natural looking pathing system. So I was pretty happy with how that turned out. I spent a long time, back to that turnaround, I spent a long time using the steeplechase track on the corners here just to give it somewhat of a curved fence look. You can probably make it out there, but there's four, I think it was four layers of track that are stacked on top of each other. Yeah, that took ages, but I kind of like how it looks in the end. I think it looks pretty close to what it does in real life. As for the highway over here, so the park, it's right next to a pretty busy looking road. You're probably wondering why the hell there's a castle piece right in the middle of the road. That is a very good question. I actually have no idea how that ended up there. I was like super annoyed when I saw that I'd left that piece in there for the final entry, but it didn't actually seem to affect my score too badly. I ended up finishing 7th, or tied for 7th, out of I think it was 28 entries. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that, to be honest. That was definitely my best result from the 3 mini contests that I've entered. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. Yeah, the highway, I wanted to have some movement there, so I used I used the ride plugin. I think that's what it's called. The the ride vehicle editor, and it was super easy to use. It's basically just a car ride, and it's got the chain lift activated on it using cheats, of course. It's as you can see, the cars are kind of just turning around at the edge of the map. I couldn't figure out how to make them disappear. I'm pretty sure you can do that. You can make parts of the map invisible. But I thought this was good enough. Oh, there's another castle piece. What the hell? Oh man. So basically what it is you can so let's go to the ride vehicle manager. So you go to the ride in question, I renamed it highway. You can go through all the different vehicles and you can basically just pick any one you want. Like we can change this to a chairlift car. You can't see that. Horses, there we go. Yeah, you can pick any sort of vehicle you want, and then you can adjust a few things here, but you can change the variant type based on the ride. You can also adjust its track progress, although I think you need to pause that, but you can basically use this to basically spread out the vehicles. So if you want, you can you can manually adjust where it is. It's basically just a 14 vehicle train, which I've split up using the track editor. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. I think that looks a little bit cartoony, but I think it was better than nothing. As for the other attractions in the park, so I built part of the log flume ride, which is just next to the coaster, called the Toffee Goldmine Log Flume. Actually looks like a really fun ride. I'd really like to try that out one day. It looks pretty lengthy. It goes, yeah, I watched a video of it. It looks really fun. Again, I would have liked to have some vehicles actually traveling along, but I couldn't figure out how to basically make sections of the map invisible, like I said before. So I just kind of left it as an empty ride, which I think looks pretty good though. Made some fancy looking archways using some of the vertical coaster. Yeah, you can see the cutouts there. I think they look pretty good. The arches aren't actually that big in reality, but in the game, I think they look pretty reasonable. I also tried to kind of replicate some of the surrounding buildings. So they actually look really pretty from the videos and pictures that I saw. I think this building here is the one I'm most proud of, just because it used a bit of tracker texture and some of the Dark Age theming, the half-tile roof pieces. I think they look pretty good. If you look at images of the building in reality, it's actually pretty similar to this. As for inside, I just put a few stalls and made them invisible. So yeah, people can buy stuff in there. And just the other small buildings here, I just put in a coffee shop and a cookie store. You can actually see I've left a piece of path there, which was clumsy again of me. Oops. So yeah, really you want to be careful and make these invisible. It's sometimes it's pretty easy to miss pieces like that. But anyway, I think that's going to be just about it. What I might do is just leave the camera go on the coaster here, and that will be it. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed something a little bit different here, and we'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.